guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel and welcome to another video about psychic abilities. If you have not been following along, if this is the first time stumbling on my channel, I have been doing a little mini series on my channel understanding psychic abilities. So we've been going through the different clairs and talking about 10 signs that you have that psychic ability. We first did 10 signs you are clairvoyant, which is clear seeing. And then the second video was 10 signs you are claircognizant, which is clear knowing. So I'm going to leave those two videos in the description box. I suggest watching those if you haven't already. In the first video about clairvoyance, I do talk about my own journey, my own experience with my psychic abilities and give a little bit of an introduction. So definitely check out both of those videos. But today we're going to be talking about clairsentience, which is clear feeling. This is a very common psychic ability and it is most common in empaths. So if you are an empath, if that term resonates with you, definitely keep watching because this video is for you. As I've mentioned in the other videos, everyone has psychic abilities to some extent. It is non-negotiable because it's part of being human. We all have intuition. We all have these subtle senses, this sixth sense. It is real. You have it. Everyone can remember a time or more than one time where your intuition was communicating with you, where you had a feeling, where you just knew something, or you dreamt about something and it came true. We all experience these things. And you can strengthen that muscle. You can strengthen that ability. It might come a lot easier for some people to tap into their intuitive psychic abilities, but we all have them. And being aware that you have these abilities is really the first step. If you can identify which type or types of psychic abilities you have, then you can strengthen it. You can practice. You can make it a lot easier to communicate with your intuition because that's essentially what it is. Your psychic abilities is just the way that your intuition, your internal compass chooses to communicate with you. So some people are going to see images, whereas some people are going to hear things, feel things. A lot of people have more than one psychic ability. You might have one that's really, really strong, or you might have a mix of several. So we're going to jump into 10 signs that you are clairsentient. But first, before we do, if you guys are not following me on Instagram, please do. I will put it right here. I will link it in the description box. It's always there. That is the easiest way for me to communicate with my viewers is on Instagram. So please follow me there. I am always responding to people on there. I like to ask questions on there, and it's just the easiest way for you guys to tell me what types of videos you want to see and suggestions you have, requests, any of that stuff. So please come follow me on Instagram. If you guys enjoy this video, this type of video, give this video a thumbs up for me. Don't forget to subscribe. If you guys are the weird loner that never fits in anywhere, then you came to the right place because you fit in here. So let's get started. Okay, so clairsentience. This is clear feeling. Like I mentioned, this is super common in empaths. If you are an empath, then clairsentience really is your superpower. You're gonna see why as we jump into these 10 signs. And like I've mentioned in the other videos, there's going to be a lot of things I say in these videos where you might be thinking like, anyone could do that, or that's just part of being human. And that is the point that I'm really trying to drive home to you guys, because like I said, everyone has psychic abilities. So stop writing them off as like, oh, anybody could do that. No, that is your intuition trying to communicate with you. And the more that you trust your intuition and the more that you acknowledge that what you're experiencing is an intuitive message, the stronger your intuition and your psychic abilities are going to get. So don't write them off as just being a coincidence or anyone could do that. No, you're magical. You literally have powers, okay? So the first sign that you are clairsentient, the most obvious sign is that you are an empath. Now, I'm thinking about making a video about being an empath and what it actually means. It's a term that is thrown around a lot in this, new age world that we're living in. But the long story short of being an empath is that you can literally feel the emotions of other people and feel the energy of other people as if it were your own. Humans and animals, we have what is called mirror neurons, and it's a neuron that fires when an animal acts a certain way and then another animal witnesses and observes that and is able to identify that behavior. If I look at someone who's crying because they're really sad, I'm able to identify that that person is sad and that's why they're crying because that behavior is being mirrored back to me. It's a behavior that I have experienced myself. So it's firing my mirror neurons. So empaths have highly charged mirror neurons. You're able to identify the energy and emotions in another person, even from just like very little subtle cues, as if it were your own, as if it were something that happened to you. So empaths are very sensitive to energy, very sensitive to emotions. So the first sign that you are clairsentient is if you are an empath. They really go hand in hand. Sign number 2 is that you can feel, because Clairsentience is all about feeling. You can feel the energy of a room or of another person. So again, this is what empaths do. If you can walk into a room and immediately pick up on the type of energy in that room, that is your intuition, that is your clairsentience nudging you. So you'll be able to walk into a room and you'll be able to literally feel, like in your energetic body, you can feel if the energy is very heavy or if it's very light. You'll be able to tell if the people in the room are in a really bad mood, even if they're not actually acting in a way that physically shows they're in a bad mood. You can just feel it. And this is also when you can just tell that someone's having a bad day. You know, again, they're not actually exhibiting behaviors that are clearly telling you they've had a bad day or they've had a good day, but you just know, you can feel it right away. And because energy transcends time and space, one of the really big giveaways with this one is if you can feel and read someone's energy through a text or through an email. You can tell right away if someone's mood towards you, or not even towards you, just their mood in general changes just by their text messages, right? You could just pick up right away if someone's energy has shifted or what their energy is. You can tell if they're mad, if they're annoyed. You can just feel it. Number 3, this has to do with physical sensations in your body. So you will experience a wave of energy that comes over you when there is bad news on the way. You might even be able to tell that something bad has already happened, or if something is just wrong. If something is off, you'll feel this wave come over you. You will also experience goosebumps and a tingling sensation. And it's also important to remember that your intuition doesn't just communicate with you when something bad has happened or when something's wrong or when there's danger in the near future. It's also, you know, when good things happen. But I think that we are just more sensitive to the more negative things because as humans, we are designed to pick up on fear and danger really easily. We live in our egos a lot of the time, which is always in survival mode. And so your ego picks up on fear and danger and just bad vibes a lot easier. Like whether it's good news or bad news or whatever it is, you will just feel a wave come over you. You'll experience a gut feeling, right? Or you will get goosebumps or a tingling sensation whenever your intuition is communicating with you. Number 4 is another physical one. This isn't gonna be for everyone, and this might not happen all of the time, but it is something that is common in people who are clairsentient, and that is that you can feel other people's pain, like physically. So like, for example, if your romantic partner, okay, like breaks their leg, that doesn't mean that your leg is gonna break or that it's gonna be as intense of pain as a broken leg, but you might actually experience like throbbing pain in your leg. This is really common like in twins. Twins will just like know because they'll be able to feel like if their arm is sore, the other twin will have like just slammed their arm into a door or something like that. It's that physical aspect, that feeling aspect, being able to feel other people's physical pain in your own body. Okay, number 5 is that you are very, very super extra hypersensitive to your surroundings. This is really important to understand because it can be challenging to identify what is yours and what is someone else's. And this is especially common if you are unaware that you are an empath. You're unaware that you have this ability of clairsentience. Because if you don't know that you are really picking up on other people's energy or the energies of your environment, then you literally just think it's yours and you don't understand where it's coming from. It can be really exhausting really draining when you're picking up on all these energies and you just think it's yours. And then you're confused. Why am I feeling this way? Why did I feel good 10 minutes ago, but now that I've gone, to this place where there's people, now I feel like sick or tired or anxious? It's because you're sensitive to your surroundings. You're picking up on the energy and the emotions, which is energy, of other people, of animals, and even just of your environment. Energy is not just in humans. Energy is everything. Energy is everywhere. So you are very sensitive to your surroundings. You're gonna want to learn how to ground yourself and how to protect your own energy. That way, when you do go into a room of people or just out in public, to the grocery store, to work, to your family's house, if you're grounded and protected in your own energy, then you do become more of the observer rather than actually taking on the energy of your surroundings. You'll be able to identify that that's not actually mine, that doesn't belong to me, that's someone else's. So you don't have to take it on, you can just observe it and acknowledge that it's there. So number 6 kind of trails off of number 5, which is that you're very sensitive to temperature and changes in temperature. So this really is just another one of those clues that you're really sensitive to energy and changes in energy. Like for me, if I move from a room that is 70 degrees into a room that is 69 degrees or 71 degrees, like it could be off by 1 degree, I feel like I've just gone from like the desert to like the Arctic tundra. Like I can't even handle the change in temperature. So this is just a sign that you're very sensitive to changes in energy. But on an even deeper, more spiritual level, if you're someone who is a medium or you have mediumship abilities, maybe you don't even know, or if you are just very energetically open to spirits, experiencing changes in temperature can be because there are spirits, there are orbs, there are energies that maybe we can't see in the 3D realm that are around you. So if you are someone who can communicate with spirits, then you're going to experience this sensitivity to changes in temperature. So number 7, that you are clairsentient. Movies, books, TV shows, and especially the news make you cry. Or you just are very emotionally and energetically affected by these things. People who are like so moved by something that's not real or something that they're watching on a screen, maybe it is real, something that is not actually happening to you in your physical reality right in front of you, it's because, again, energy transcends time and space. You feel like you're in that movie, or you just feel so deeply connected to the character or to what's happening that it will literally bring you to tears. If you have a hard time watching the news because you notice that it really affects your mood, it makes you cry, it makes you sad, it makes you scared, like you just get so emotionally invested, you gotta turn it off. As soon as it starts to affect your emotions and your energy, turn it off. Stop watching, stop reading, whatever it is. But again, these are just, telltale signs that you are clairsentient. It seems like a common one, but there's plenty of people out there that can watch a really heartbreaking movie without shedding a tear. Number 8, this is a big one. It probably should have been like number 2. You attract people who are in need of healing. You attract broken people, damaged people. You might attract narcissists, energy vampires, manipulative people, people who have a lot of hate or sadness or just brokenness inside of them. These people will be attracted to people who are clairsentient and empaths because you really are a natural healer, and it's because you can feel the emotions and you can empathize with anyone on such a deep level. And again, this is one of those things that it's really important to be aware of this. It's important to be aware that you are an empath. You are so willing to be there for people. You are naturally going to overextend yourself. You are a giver. You're a healer. You love to help people. You're there to listen to someone because you know how it feels, right? You feel what they feel. Energy vampires and narcissists and broken people will take advantage of an empath, maybe consciously, maybe unconsciously, but there's just this, it's so real. There's just this pull between empaths and narcissists, because it's kind of like, someone who's really broken, someone who has a lot of hate in their heart, someone who is a narcissist, they're really lacking that empathy that an empath has an overabundance of. So you have to be very careful about, again, overextending yourself, being a people pleaser, giving to people who are simply just taking. They're taking advantage of you. They're taking your good energy. They're taking your empathy because they are in such a lack of it. Moths are attracted to light. As an empath, as someone who is clairsentient, you are the light. So broken people are going to be just naturally attracted to you. Number 9 is that you are moody AF. If you experience a lot of sudden changes in your mood, like unexplainably, like nothing happens, your mood just changes, huge sign that you are clairsentient. Again, because it's all about feeling. You're picking up on energy of a room, of an object, of a person, of an animal. If you're unaware that you have this gift, then you're unaware that you're actually picking up on this energy. And even if you are aware, like I am aware that I'm an empath, I still will have my days where I'm very moody, where I can't stay balanced and grounded, probably because I've not been doing the things I need to do to keep me balanced and grounded and protected. But sometimes you just can't help it, especially in this day and age with everything that's going on in the world. If you're an empath, if you're clairsentient, you're going to experience these frequent mood changes because, again, you're just so unbelievably affected by energy, by emotions, by other people, by your surroundings, that sometimes it can just be difficult to keep yourself in check. And because we can't see energy, we can't physically always see it, you will not have a specific reason or an explanation as to why your mood is changing. So really pay attention to when you're having all of these crazy mood swings. Well, where are you? What are you doing? Who are you around? What is going on around you so you can get some clues as to, what you're actually picking up on and maybe what you need to stay away from or not even stay away from, but maybe you need to heavily protect yourself before you go to this certain place or go be around this certain person because their energy is so crazy that it's giving you mood swings. All right, the last one, number 10, you believe what you feel, not what you are told. If someone tells you something and you feel like it's not true or it's not right, something feels off about it, you don't feel like you should trust what you're told, you will not be able to just believe it. Even if you can't explain, like why it's wrong or why it's a lie or why you don't trust it, you can't help it. You naturally, instinctively believe what you feel. And this is one of those things that you really need to trust what you feel. Trust your feelings. This is going to help you to not only strengthen your intuition and your psychic abilities, but it's going to keep you out of trouble. It's going to keep you on the right path. It's going to keep you, safe from being fooled and brainwashed. Trusting your feelings is huge for someone who is clairsentient. And that's one of those things that you might have to overcome. It might be difficult in the beginning for you to trust your feelings, but it's so important. It's so important. When you trust the feeling you get, you are acknowledging and validating your intuition, which strengthens it. And one of the biggest lessons for me with this, when I was awakening my abilities, was I finally realized one day that trusting the feelings I was having, it literally just meant that I was trusting myself. So when you trust your feelings, you're trusting yourself. So every time you deny that feeling, you're basically telling yourself that you don't trust you. You need to learn to trust yourself, to trust the feelings that you have. And if you do start to trust those feelings, you're going to see the magic happen right in front of your eyes. When you trust your intuition, it's going to be validated to you. Those feelings that you get when you trust them, you are going to see later on why you're correct and why you were right for trusting it in the first place. Just like how many times have we said to ourselves, oh, I knew it. I should have trusted my intuition. I knew it, I was right. And then we end up getting disappointed, or we end up making the wrong decision. And then later on we regret it because we knew better in the first place. You don't just believe what you're told, you believe what you feel. And that's what this psychic ability is all about. All right, you guys, that wraps it up for this video. Leave me a comment down below. Are you clairsentient? Are you an empath? Definitely let me know if you want me to make a video specifically on empaths. I am happy to do so. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will be back soon with more videos about psychic abilities, so stay tuned. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one.